What's up guys, today we're playing Epic 7. Our series Noob to Awesome free-to-play path to endgame is coming to an end. Today we're doing a full account review before we give it away to a subscriber. Now I've been playing on this account for 120 days like it was my very own account. This means I'm not speedrunning or rushing any content. This video should show you everything that you can accomplish within 120 days of playing Epic 7. Now just like the title suggests, this is an endgame account, and as a reminder, this is sort of what I would consider endgame. The very first thing is Challenger level 5 or higher. Now I did this in about 30 days. Abyss level 100 took me 78 days. Episode number 4 took me 102 days, but I will admit that for about a month or so I wasn't really trying. I was doing all other kinds of things because there's so much to do. Auto every level 13 hunt. This took me 69 days to do. Hell raid all bosses 64 days. I've done it now for 3 months in a row, and I can auto every single boss. Expedition level 3 unlocked on all expeditions. This is now my 3rd month doing this. That took me about 45 days to complete. And then Tower level 5 took me 76 days. So this is really what I would consider an endgame account, having achieved all of these goals. And now we're going to give it away to a lucky subscriber. Now that won't be in this video, that'll be in the next video. But start to think about why you would want to have this account, what you plan on doing with it. The top comment will win, which is very important because it's going to be voted on by you. So as long as the top comment isn't something like "I love blue Skittles," then you're going to win this account, and I hope that you treat it well, and I hope that you have fun playing Epic 7. Here we go, let's jump right in and start reviewing this account. Now, very first thing is I am level 70. This took me about 60 days to do, just through normal farming, going through the side story, leveling up, buying out the AP shops, and that sort of thing. And then, of course, when we had like a hunt buff day, I did do some hunts to try and get some gear. Let's go first into the Sanctuary and see what we have in here. I'm running Heart of Orbis 333. I think Skystone is very important, especially for free players, so running that maxed out. 333 as well into the Forest of Souls. This, I think, is important to run a maxed out forest, because this is how you're going to get a lot of your gold through the penguins, and also getting a lot of level 60 heroes. High Command 111. I always run the Ancient Coin, and you can see I have 3 10s here. These guys happen to need experience, and that's totally cool. If they need experience, throw them in there and they'll get free experience. But then, especially in new accounts, these will help you when you go to your world boss. I also run the Conquest. This is going to help you to buy the Molagora every single week, of course, but also as a new player, you have 3 or 4 of your arena sets that you have to buy, going from where you start backward. And so this is going to be important for you to come in and get a bunch of the arena conquest points. Let's go now into Alchemist Steeple. I'm running 022. If I go a number 2 or a number 3 into Laboratory, then I can do Catalyst, Exclusive Equipment, and Modification Gems. This is not something that you need for a very long time, and even in endgame, you don't use it a ton. So I think sacrificing here is worth it. If you want to have a number 3 in this, then I think what you do is you take it out of your Heart of Orbis, and I would probably take it, if you log in quite a lot, then maybe what you do is you go with 1 less chance to get 200%, or maybe even holding 1 less Skystone if you log in quite a lot, right? I think this is actually Cradle of Life. 2 Cradle Life I think is better than a 2 over here in the Sanctum, because you can get much more. And then Steel Workshop 333, very important. You're going to be crafting quite a lot into the end game, so you want to make sure that you max out your Steel Workshop. You're going to be in here just a ton. So this is the setup that I like to run. I think it's a very good setup for most players out there. If you have something like 20 or 30,000 conquest points, maybe you don't need that extra point in High Command, and you can put it in the Alchemist Steeple. But for most of you, this is exactly how I would run it. Let's go now and look at some of the currency. This is the currency I've been able to build up. Now, I haven't been saving things on purpose, but I do have some currency. We have Galaxy Bookmarks 15, that's 3 summons, and I'm going to let whoever gets this account summon for those Galaxy heroes, those Moonlight heroes, because it's just fun to do. We also have some Wisdom Gates. We get this from the Hall of Trials, and you can use it to buy exclusive equipment. Bug Charm, you need 5 per month. I have 7, just because sometimes I don't feel like doing Hall of Trials, but I don't want to go to bed with that thing maxed out, because then you don't generate another currency, so then I buy the Bug Charm from the shop. We also see that I do have 10 Galaxy Coins. You get 10 when you pull a duplicate Moonlight 5-star hero. That happened. It sucked. You need 40 to be able to use it. So it's just really a tease until you get 3 more. And I hope that none of you get 40 because that's just horrible, right? Horrible. Coming down, I finished 12 of the side stories. I think side story one of the most important things that you can do because it gives you a ton of catalysts for you to max out your hero skills and to really awaken them to their fullest, right? I've done 12 of those. We also have 50 skin tickets, and you can get 40 more if you spend 900 sky stones in the side story. There's a side story in there that gives you hero tickets or skin tickets, and that will give you 40 skin tickets. We have 324 bookmarks. That's about half pity. Before I give this account away, we're probably going to go through another week, which means that if they have a hero that comes out, then I'm going to go ahead and summon for that hero, if it's a good hero. Silver Transmit Stones, 231. Sky Stones, 33,000. We also see the Ancient Coins here, 3,000. Ancient Coins I use to buy the charms for your accessories. All I use them for. And really, you get a ton of these between your dispatch mission and doing your raid every single day or every single month, depending on what you're doing. Then you're going to get a bunch of these, and it'll be totally fine. 163 Perfect Courage. I donate 3 of these every single day. Every day when I go into the guild, I donate the gold and the Perfect Courage. You need this to build up your currency. You need it to build up the Brave Crests to buy the Brave Crest things like the Catalyst and the Mulagora and the Spirit Bloom every single month. But also you need these Commander Armbands because you're going to be buying out a lot of the artifacts. It's the first thing you should be doing with these, buying out the artifacts. Don't do anything else until you get all those artifacts. 8,000 conquest points. Ideally, I would be buying the arena gear, but the arena season is coming to a close very, very soon. Now, when the new arena season starts, then all of the arena gear is going to go 10% off, and that'll save you another 1,000 conquest points. So I'll give you a tip on how to spend these, but I'm going to leave these here, 8,000 conquest points, and then 57,000 stigma. Not too bad. We do have quite a bit of runes. I got a lot of these runes when I was farming the specialty changes, and so, you'll utilize these as you start to awaken heroes, or if you have a hero that you want to do a specialty change on, you're almost there. You need 40 of your epic and 410 of your greater to max out a specialty change. So you can do a full red and also a full green if there were somebody that you had to do. Catalyst I'm not farming for specifically, but I got a ton of these just through normal gameplay and also doing the side story. I did plus 15 quite a lot of guys. This is just what's left over. You can see 20, 30, 40 of some, and then we have some of our epic here. Enhancing ingredients, let's see what we have. You can make 3 level 60 heroes. Very nice. Whoever that you want. I do have some 5-star that aren't level 60 yet, so you can decide who you want to do. And then we have 4 Bottle of Knowledge, 1 for every one of the months that I've been playing on this account. We see some artifact charms here. Pretty good. The artifact charms you get from doing the Hell Raid. Every time you do one of those Hell Raid, you get 1 epic artifact charm. And then also when you get the Brave Crests, you can buy artifact charms with that, so that's why we have 100 here. Then coming down, 405 Molagora. Like I said, I did skill up some heroes, but still 405 Molagora left. I don't know why anyone has a problem with Molagora. I have like 400 in every account that I ever play. That's ridiculous. Here we go into crafting materials. I do have 5,000 here. I'm going to use those. And I do have, some from A13 I'm going to use as well. Try and get some more gear before I give this account away. And then consumables is just whatever. You get 45 epic catalysts here, 55 of your rare catalysts, and then we have some things like reforged materials, modification gems, you know, just normal things. I only use these when I need them, so we see a lot of them here. And these are, you know, just if you need them, go ahead and use them. Modification gems is pretty good. Let's go now into our heroes. Man, heroes have been pretty fun. Let's see how many level 60s I have. 34. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And plus you get 3 more, so that's 37 level 60 heroes. Pretty good. All of them, not all of them have gear, so it doesn't matter if they're level 60 or not if you can't use them. Let's see who we did. Okay, so Savior Aiden, Vildred, very nice. Unbound Knight Airwell, Carmen Rose, one of my favorite heroes. Landy doing a ton of work for me. Tenebria also very good as well. Brieg, man, he is amazing. If you get a chance to pull for Brieg, make sure you do it. We did get Camilla. I was rooting for her during every Moonlight summon. Rowana, Mamoranti, Tamarin, a lot of good heroes here, a lot of good heroes. We did get Ocean Breeze Luluka. She is a limited hero. Inferno Kawazu, very nice. Champion Zerato I use when we do the full auto on Hell Raid. So I am working on that team. Not quite done, but if you want to have a link to that video, I do full auto on Hell Raid with a bunch of different kinds of teams, and so I can set you up with that. We did get Commander Pavel, and we have a duplicate Commander Pavel, so I did put an imprint on him. Cecilia, Lilia, Celine, one of my very favorite heroes. And then we have some other ones down here. Astromancer Elena, very good. What did we get for Moonlights? So we got Vildred. We have Dark Corvus. I'm going to talk about more about him in a little bit. Commander Pavel, Judge Kisei, Says, and Astromancer Elena. So quite a few Moonlight level 5 heroes here. Good, good, good. The gear didn't turn out too bad. Savior Aiden, not too bad. She is pretty fast. I think though I'd want to pull her closer to 4,000 attack, and I think she'll be good. You can also run her a little bit slower on a Destro set, and she'll work out pretty well. I have the Arbiter Vildred that I use for farming. He is pretty good. 4,000 attack. Ideally, I would want something around 270 to 300 crit damage, so some room for improvement here. 230 speed, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Use him for farming. Portrait of the Savior is the only one that I have, and Portrait of the Saviors, if we go into the artifact, this account will get 5 copies, 5 max copies, and you just have to put some experience into those, and they'll be really good. Carmen Rose I was using for a lot of different content. She'll be great as you go into Dagger Sakar. She also is usable into the Light Expedition. I'm doing about 760,000 in Light on full auto right now with Carmen Rose, and that's with a busted Sirmia. So I like Carmen Rose for that. Unbound Knight Airwell, very good. This one is almost 200 effect resist, which is pretty good. 25 and 13, I like it. And this is all on just the free HP set. She is really good into a lot of content, especially into PvP. Landy pulling a ton of weight. I would like to put her onto an attack pair of boots here because she's too fast. In PvP, being 200 to 240 speed, pretty good. But when I'm using her into like Expedition, I want her to be at 185 or less. So this is a little bit too fast for me. Mercenary Helga, I do like. Now, I was using her into the Water Expedition. She's also usable in the Light Expedition as well, and she worked out pretty good. She has a good stat line, especially for the free attack set. Artifact, not the best, but it does work. It does okay. Tenebria I built. She's going to be for the Earth Expedition. Also, she was very good into a lot of Abyss. So again, too fast. I have her at 208. I want to bring her down to about 180 speed. That way, I don't have to auto that very first round. Brass I had built. He took me all the way through episode number 4 and a lot of Abyss, soul burning his S number 2. He is on the free HP set, which is very good. you want to get a decent amount of defense and health. 190 is okay. You can take him up to 230, 240 speed if you want to, and 90% effectiveness is where I like to keep him. Now, Brieg has been an amazing hero. I am very excited to get Brieg. He's on just sort of whatever I had left over. As long as you can hit stats, I think he's good. I want to bring him at 2,000 or 25k HP and 1500 defense if you can, but he needs just a ton of stats. And so because he's not tanky enough, I have him on Steadfast Gatekeeper. He is, man, he's the go-to knight for like every expedition. He's the go-to knight for a bunch of like, he's A13, he's W13. He's just amazing. And so I even use him for Abyss 100. If you can get Brieg, definitely get him. He will clear a ton of content for you. Camilla, I like a lot. I'm using her into Abyss right now. Way too fast. She's at 245. This account comes with a plus 23 speed helmet, and I do have some other things that are like plus 18, plus 17. So when I roll speed, then it's good. This one rolled fantastic. Penta roll speed. The very first time I ever rolled Penta speed on this account, and I don't even get to keep it. So I hope whoever gets this account enjoys this helmet here. You don't need her this fast. You don't need her this effective. What happened was I had Curious, and I used her in Abyss, but then after 102, you don't need her. So I just threw the Curious gear onto Camilla, and I run her just like this. And yeah, the main purpose is Abyss, but she also does just a ton of damage in the Dark Expo. A ton of damage. And A13, ton of damage in A13 as well. So she has been great. And then I plan to use her in C13, but I need some more rage gear for that. Rwana, one of my favorite heroes, I ultimately would like to put her on to a counter set. I think she runs better. And then Celestine, right? I don't have Celestine, but that would work. I think it's the best in slot for her. Now she does have a defense boot. That's just because you take what you can get, right? So she's got a ton of defense. You want to pull her down less defense and much more health if you can, but take what you can get. Now she is my go-to healer for Arena. I use her just to auto pretty much every team all the way through Challenger and into Legend. So Setter, auto. She makes Moonlight Landy, like super trivial. So really good healer there. Angelic Montmorency was very good. She took me all the way through a lot of Abyss and a lot of the early game content, and so I still use her quite a bit. She is on to the free HP set. Best in slot is Rod of Amaryllis. I don't like this necklace, so I didn't do a plus 15 because it rolled super high into crit chance. And that's unfortunate, even though it meets the equipment score, so you can decide if you want to do this or not, but I didn't. You want to pull her up closer to 200% effectiveness. She'll have more or less the same stat line as your Airwell. So they use pretty much the same kind of gear as you go and develop some of that. But with this level 75 gear, she's not getting there quite yet. Then we have Tamarin here. Tamarin, 200 speed. Again, defense ring. So this is not something I would run on her all the time, but it's what I have. You probably want to switch this to an HP ring if you can. 65% effectiveness puts her through on the Hell Raid. 90% effectiveness is the stat line for the Expedition. So think about getting her some more effectiveness. Then whatever you have left, go ahead and put it into Effective Assist. I have her onto Wondrous Potion Vial. Rod of Amaryllis also very good here. Or Tome. Tome works. So consider those. Mercedes, man, she's amazing. She was my main damage dealer all the way through the episode number 4. She murders Zio. If you haven't beat Zio yet, check out my videos on that. Mercedes just killing Zio, and she does a fantastic job. I want to put her onto a counter set. I'm also going to be maxing out her artifact eventually. It will give her some additional stats, but it's not really a rush, so you can do that on your own time. Not even an off stat, She's using just the free attack set gear and murdered Zio. Just, man, it was so awesome to watch. She's a killer. Here we go with Doris next. Now this is my Tank A Ravi Doris, which means 15,000 defense, 25,000 on HP. I would like more effect resist, and then I have her onto Water's Origin. She's there to get beat up. And I guess what I bring her in for. I use her onto Guild War, she tanks a Ravi, and then everyone else just murders the rest of their team. It takes forever to kill Doris. A Ravi takes forever to kill Doris. So this is actually a pretty good one. This is just about an end game Doris. You want to get over 100 effect resist, and I think you're pretty good. Maxed out on the skill tree. Cigarette, I'm using her into W13, and that's because they didn't let me unlock Alexa. I would much rather use Alexa, but I can't, so now I have Cigarette. She's on the free attack set. I would want to pull her up to 65% effectiveness eventually, and she's on the exclusive equipment for the S number 2, which is the only one that I think you should run. Here we go with Commander Lorena. Now I used her all the way through Abyss. I used her through a ton of content. I just used her for Malicious Consciousness, which I'll post in a little bit. But she is, man, she hits so hard. She's doing 1.3 million right now onto the Fire Expedition. I'll post that video as well. Full auto battle, didn't touch it. 1.3 million, Commander Lorena destroying. She would do more if I put her on a different artifact. Daydream Joker does not work in expeditions, so keep that in mind. But this is going to be my C13 Commander Lorena, so again, she's maxed out as well. Then we have Ocean Breeze Luluka. I made her in case you want to use her. This one's not too bad. I would want to pull her down to probably some more, either take her up with a bunch of effectiveness to put down the debuffs, or a lot more effect resist if you plan to utilize her into the long game. But I put her down in some okay equipment. Okay equipment is what I have for right now at least, and she's doing pretty good. Movie's W13, you can max out the Daydream Joker. This W13 team that I have that I'm going to show you is about 1 minute 20 to 1 minute 30 seconds. So super fast, even though I don't have amazing gear. I would want to have 85% effective, or a crit, 85% crit. That way he always crits onto the boss. Also, if you want to max out his effectiveness, you can go ahead and do the imprint concentration. You have 8 of these, and so you need 65% effectiveness to get max chance onto that boss. And then, of course, an offset would help him as well. Then we have Terranor Guard. Terranor Guard, you've seen me use a lot into Abyss. He's going to take, this Terranor Guard is going to kill all the way through Abyss 120, so don't worry about that. It's a pretty good one. I also pull him down into the Fire Expedition along with those other guys because I want the defense break on his S number 2. If you have something like a Luluka, if you have, you don't want to bring Furious, but if you have somebody, maybe like a Seaside Bellona, to land that defense break, then that'll be good. Dark Corvus now. Dark Corvus, we're going to talk about Moonlight Blessing. I use Dark Corvus to auto all of these arena defenses. All of them. Because they're all light. Dark Corvus sits in the back. You keep him onto the prayer beads. He almost never dies. And then he's going to just kill, auto battle, kill one after another. All these light units. He completely destroys. This is going to be your choice whether you do a Dark Corvus. Now on this set right here, he'll come out to about 30,000 HP and about 12 to 1250 onto your defense. I would like to get him more effect resist, over 100, but I think this stat line is going to work. So this is your playstyle. If you want to win all of your Guild War, if you want to auto battle a lot of your arena, take Dark Corvus. If you want to have Spectre Tenebria, I'm going to give you that choice. I didn't use her all through Abyss, but you might like Spectre Tenebria, so I'm going to give that here. Also, they just buffed Martial Artist Ken. So if you like Martial Artist Ken, then you'll have that choice. But you can reset your Moonlight Blessing one time only. So choose who you want. I personally like Dark Corvus, but if you don't want him, I understand. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into Sirmia. Now I need one more piece. I just need boots. I have like 1,000 to pull down boots. That's going to finish out this Sirmia, and this skill set right here is going to be Hall of Trials. Now what you can do is you can take this gear and you can put it onto Terranor Guard. Now, doing that means that you're going to clear a lot of your Abyss much faster, because he's going to hit super hard on this raid set. But if you want to keep it onto your Sirmia, then with this #1 exclusive equipment, you're going to be able to do, 5, 10 million on your Hollow Trials every single week that you use Sirmia. And she's going to be good into your Dagger Sakar. Lilka, I snatched her necklace and put her into on Aiden, but she needs one necklace and she'll be good to go as well. Lilka for the water expedition, pulling down over 1 million full auto. She is great for that. So yeah, so I like Lilka a lot. I have a half-built Inferno Kawazu. We just pulled him. I don't like this necklace. Your choice whether you want to keep this necklace, but I'll tell you, I don't like it. If it rolled speed, then that'd be good. You can't reset it because it's not level 85 gear. So your choice. This is a free necklace, or you can replace it, but just keep it on for right now. Now, what I use Inferno Kawazu for is if you get him up to a decent amount of attack, around about 200 speed, he will completely kill a Moonlight Landy or a Senya with his S#3. So you let them AoE first, he gets the S#3, inflicts 2 burns, and destroys. I don't have a proper artifact for him. So right now we're just getting some friendship to get the free Molagora. Champion Zerato, this one's going to be pretty good. This level 88 gear rolled fantastic bruiser. Very nice. You want to get him onto probably a crit set here, maybe even a hit set, and then you want to give him his imprint concentration. I use Champion Zerato whenever you see a guild war and they have an AOL and they don't have really any like super damage guys. You bring in Champion Zerato, boom, 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 counter, 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 everyone dies. Just don't use his S#3 because then she'll proc her passive. But what I really want Champion Zerato for, full auto, every single boss, Hell Raid, if you pair him with Tamarin, Rowana, and Edward, they completely destroy Raid. Like, it's ridiculous how well they do in Raid. Never die. It's been a year I got Edward. Never failed. Not one boss, ever, any month. It's crazy. Very good. We do have Commander Pavel, and I have him. We need one more piece here. And then you can put him onto either a Torrent set, or you can put him onto a crit set. Now this one didn't roll amazing crit, but Commander Pavel can be a little bit slower, and he'll still do really well. So we're starting to build him out. Cecilia as well, starting to build her out. I like to have her into the Dark Expedition, but this account doesn't need it because it's already autoing over 1 million. But the Earth Expo, best in slot for the Earth Expo, so we're going to start to build her up. I want to have her a little slower and a little more tanky for that build, but if you don't want to, you can build her very fast and then put her onto your arena team, because she does have that provoke on everyone here. Then we have Midnight Gala Lilius. She hits super hard, but she has a weird stat line. She needs to have attack, really fast speed, then she needs really high crit damage, and then some defense if you can build it, and then whatever you have left into effect resist. So every piece of equipment you want to have attack, speed, crit damage, and then defense or ER, every piece. Very weird stat line because I don't really have gear that has no crit chance on it. So this piece rolled out pretty well. Go ahead and stick that on her. It has health. You want her to have the lowest amount of health as possible. Also, see if you can roll a Torrent set for her, and she'll do great there. And the rest of these heroes I don't have built right now: Celine, Azaria, Vivian, Rem. Rem is a great PvP hero. You can also look up a video to put her onto hunts. She can do every hunt team, and so very good there. She needs a rage set though, so make sure you put a rage It'll be Rage and Penset. Okay, and we have Free Spirit, Astromancer Lena, Destina. People love Destina. We also have Sid, who I think is amazing. Ram, Ilanav, Lua. Lua is very good because she has a 100% redirect provoke on her S number 1, which is very good into RTA if you ever get serious in RTA. Ilanav, now this is going to be an injury hero, so you can build her if you want to run an auto injury team. I haven't used Ilanav a ton because we were in a water meta for a long time. Now that we're in a light meta, I think that she works, and she's going to be able to cut down a lot of these people that are really bruiser built, right? And so I do have some pieces that I can put onto her, I just haven't done it yet. Ram we didn't talk about. If you want to, on this, build a B13 one-shot, take that set that was the Rage set, put it onto her, and I think she'll be able to do that. Now we have a Soul. Soul is the best hero to use in the B13. So you can put just the free gear onto him and he's going to kill. If you put a Rage set onto him, it's like overkill, but he'll do well there. Judge Kisei. She's a hard place in the meta right now. She does great. She has great CP, so you can put her, just build her for your world boss. But really what you want, the way I think you should run her, is not cleave style. You should build her very fast, high effectiveness, then use her reset onto her house number 3. I think that's the best way to do it, because then you can really cripple that other team if you reset their skills 2 times. Aramentha we talked about. Aramentha, Bihu, and Carrot, very good into Nightmare mode. So you have her here. I even have a duplicate of her. Amelia, very good Soul Weaver, one of the top Soul Weavers in the game. Ahmed kind of took a lot of her thunder, but this kind of doesn't have Ahmed, so go ahead and build up your Amelia. Sinful Angelica is going to be very good in your C13 quick team, so that's going to be your Azaria, Sinful Angelica, Camilla, and then your Commander Lorena. We have all those heroes, just have to build them. So you want to get close to 150 to 200% effectiveness, or effect resist, and then you want to be fast enough that you go first, or that you go second on the second round, but you have to be faster than Camilla and also your Commander Lorena. So you have to test the speed. I think I have her like 150, something like that. But if you want to check out my C13 one-shot team, then you can check that out and check out her stat line. Akades is actually very good, mostly for Guild War though. So check to see if you want Akades. What you do is you use her S number 2 on herself, that resets your skill cooldown, and then you use your number 3. So S2, S3, S2, S3. Make sure you always use it on yourself. You have infinite heals all the time. Put her onto a Rod of Amaryllis, or put her onto a Magahar's Tome, and she'll do great. Watcher Shuri, people use him for PvP a little bit because he has the speed imprint, but I'm going to be using him, or on this account, what I think you should use him for is the A13 one-shot team. This account has everyone you need for the A13 one-shot team. I have a video on that as well, and so that's like a minute, and you can just farm A13 all day long. No one else I really want to talk about. We have Troublemaker Crozet here. Last Piece Karen, she is triple S. Shadow Knight, very good if you want to build her up. I think that is pretty good. You also have some heroes here that are going to be a imprint. So you have an extra Aramentha. Lilius is good. Kane is good. Euphine good. Baal Sazan. I'm never going to build this creepy like weirdo. You want to, here he is. Specimen says you can build him if you want. He's very hard to use in my opinion because you need to have a lot of stuns, but you can build him. This is an imprint for Sirmia. Chloe you can build. I don't think she has a very good use, so I wouldn't build her. Elagos, you need a lot of gear, so he's a major project for down the road. Elena, not as used as she once was. Whenever you see a Rand defense, you pull out Elena, Rimuru, Moonlight Ken, they just murder everything. So these are some options for you as well. Going into connections, we did finish most of all the connections here. Only a couple. I don't think you really need these connections. Yuna, she is cool. She's cool. One of the OG heroes, but not really used. These are some things that you can go ahead and finish if you want to. Let's go into Moonlight Blessing. Again, you can change Moonlight Blessing if you want. I personally like Dark Corvus because I like his Bruiser Silent and he can auto battle. But Tenebria I think is very good. And then also Moonlight Ken. That is a new style that people like. So Moonlight Ken as well. Specialty change. We finished all the specialty changes except for Rima, who's a weird, like, there's no place for Rima. The problem is it's a water unit, even though, you know, that was good for a while. It specializes against fire. There's nowhere to bring that hero. Alexa, I never did unlock, and then Wanda, we haven't gotten. We finished everyone else except for Jenna, Anos, and Ruzid. So we did, we just need to go in and just focus on these guys. But I don't have a priority because I don't use them. These are just not heroes that I use. But it did complete all the other specialty changes, so that is good. You don't have to complete them, and some of them are good, some of them are not. The ones that are good, I already have geared out. Carrot is good if you want to eventually build her. Also, I think that Cleary is worth building, although it doesn't get a lot of uses. Cleary is good into the water expedition as your frontline tank, and it's good into PvP as well. But I really used Cleary a lot when we had the Rylet pandemic, and now that one's over, so I don't get to use her quite as much as before. Let's go now into Arena. I've been Challenger 5 for quite a long time. Now what I did was that once I got into Challenger 5, then I just stayed there. I got up to Challenger 4, you can see Challenger 4 here, but I'm just auto-battling, and I'm just getting killed. What you can do is you can come in and click retry. Now when you die 2 times to the same player, then you get this here that says victory points no longer be affected. So you go ahead and click OK. Then what you do is you put in 5 heroes who need, or 4 heroes who need friendship, and then you die on purpose. Now what this is going to do is it's going to give you conquest points. It's also going to give you friendship, and then you get to complete your flags super fast without any negative side effects. So you see I'm still at 4,051. I got 3 conquest points. I get friendship as well. So this is the way that I just burn down flags when I'm not really in the mood to auto battle or do anything else. And as long as you don't drop below 3,950, then you'll stay in Challenger 5 pretty much forever and gain all those sky stones from being at this rank. You need to be Challenger 5 to max out all of your purchases in an arena season. That means that buying all the arena gear plus the stone plus the frame. So you need to have that. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and we'll go into our shop next. And go down into Arena.
Take your time.
I'm not going to go through every shop. I've done this in the past. We'll go ahead and, oh, we don't have quite enough yet. We need one more week. But we have bought everything out. Now what I would do if I were you is come down here at the bottom. Once this arena season ends, this season would go here, but we already bought it out, right? So come up here, and Conquest Season is when they changed level 88 gear. So everything above Conquest Season is going to roll much less or much worse than Conquest Season and newer. So what I would do is I would wait till the new season starts. Then I would come in and I would probably buy out the Conquest Season altogether, or just pick which ones that you want. And then every end of every season, that's what I would do, is I would use up my conquest points to buy out some of this old gear. Now every single time, let's go to this one here. Every single time you get 10% off, that's 180 conquest points that you're going to save. Times 6, that's going to be, I don't know, 1,100 or so conquest points that you're going to save every single time a season ends. So stocking up conquest, then wait for the discount, then buy it, then stock up conquest, and keep doing it that way. But I wouldn't buy anything before the conquest season. Here we go into reputation, and then we'll finish it out a little bit by talking about some of the teams that I'm using for everything else. We have 41,000 total reputation, and we see I finished 4 Dagger Sakar completely by accident. I'm auto battling all of these Dagger Sakar level 3, and you can see million points, 1.3 million points. I had listed some of my teams before, but I'm going to make some videos on how to build these teams and do auto battle. I have a 1 million point team for every one of the expeditions if you want to check that out. But also, this account's using different team because they have different kinds of heroes, so I'll post those as well. Now let's go into battle. We're at Abyss level 109. I have not had enough firepower to beat Abyss without a rage set, so I have not done this one quite yet. Into Labyrinth. Labyrinth, I have finished every single Labyrinth up to 100%. And then the Asmaculus of Cycle, this is Hell Raid. I have beaten every single boss for at least 2 months. I want to say maybe 3 months, but I forget. So building up to that auto battle team. But even if you're just going in, you should be able to kill every single boss, and I'll kind of tell you how. For Erican, for Carcanus, and for Queen. No. Erican, Carcanus, Vera, what I use is a combination of Tamarin, Ras, Lorena, Mercedes, and they'll pretty much auto battle. Then you leave Council, I take out the Mercedes and I put in a Montmorency. And then for Queen, I'm using a Ras, Tamarin, Azaria, Lorena, and Queen. Very easy on that. But those heroes are all built, and you should be able to take this out pretty easily. Let's go ahead and look at, I think, Tower. Tower, I can't see my other ones. Nope, can't see that. Expedition, let's go into Expedition and we'll look at these teams.
Not many can be trusted with a task like this. Lucky we've got you.
Every one of my teams is over 1 million except for Light, which is doing about 800,000. So that's not too bad. All I need is one more pair of boots onto Sirmia, and that team will be doing 1 million as well. So Fire Expedition, this one did 1.3 million today. Very nice. Dark, this one's doing 1 million to 1.3 million as well. I got that Dagger Sakar completely by accident, not even trying. 1.3 million. Now for this team, you have to have all of your heroes, except for Tamarin, below 185 or less. If you don't, then you have to manual the very first turn so that you don't get Camilla and Brieg using their non-skill attack on the first turn. You want to use that on their after the boss goes. So if you have Landy and she goes, she boosts everyone up, and then all these people use their skills. So you want to make sure that you do your manual on the very first turn. Here we go with Water. This one's doing 1 million as well. You see Tamarin and Brieg again. You can use them in every one of these. It's super crazy. Earth. Now this one here, not too bad. If you want to pull in Bomb Model, you can here. And this one should do about 800,000, no problem. I want to bring in my Tamarin a little bit less. I want to put her down to about 170 onto her speed, but otherwise this is good. And then Light, so I did put in Leica here because I was trying her out. What you want to do is you want to pull in your Azaria. So this team right here will do about 700 to 800,000. Now if you have a Cerise, Cerise works good here. Also what you can do is you can pull in a Celine and then run your Cecilia. Pull in your Cecilia, run Cecilia, Brieg, Carmen Rose, and Sirmia, and that will do 1 million as well. So that is a very good team. Let's go now into some of the other teams that I've been using. So this is the Hell Raid team that you can use to auto battle every single one of the Hell Raid bosses. So I'm going to be doing that. Farming is just a team that I use for whoever needs friendship. Spirit Altar is whoever needs experience. Now, with Spirit Altar, you can get experience without sacrificing your stigma. So when you're doing Spirit Altar, make sure one person always needs experience. And then run 3 people who either need friendship or just 3 people that will kill everyone really fast. Make sure you always have someone who needs experience when you're doing Spirit Altar. This is my usual Hell Raid team before I developed the auto team. W13, this one is going in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Skills off onto Terranor Guard. Now, I have Terranor Guard because I'm using him into Abyss. You can also use someone else here like Seaside Bologna. Or if you want to put in someone like a Luluka, then as long as you have a defense break here, I think it's good. So you have 3 defense breaks, and that will help you to kill the boss a lot faster. G13, I don't have set up anymore. This is the team that will auto battle it. So if you want to have this team just go in and kill everyone, you can. Tenebria up here, I think, is better. She's going to do a better job because she helps to control the ads a little bit. So put her right here. Now, it's easy to set up a one-shot team. Put in your Vivian, then bring in your Soul here. Put in your Ras, and then on the bottom team, put in Mercedes. And I think that you'll one-shot this, no problem. B13, I haven't developed. This team is doing it in about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, depending on whether they hit the cycle for the next round. So we have about 1.5 minutes. G13 does it in about 1.5 minutes. B13 a little bit longer. This one takes 1 minute to 1.5 to 2 minutes. A13, same thing, 1.5 to 2 minutes each. You have everything to build an A13 one-shot team. I just haven't done it. And then C13, this team is the making of a 1.5 minute team as well, but not all these heroes have gear, so you want to keep that in mind. Then Arena, I'm pretty much just autoing every team in Challenger right now with this team. Even though I have a level 50 Dark Corvus, this team is doing everything I need it to do. And then I have a team that I specifically lose on, so I'm not trying to win. These are the people that just need to have friendship, and I switch them out every time that I need someone with friendship. I'm just going in, I'm losing on purpose, so this is a team here. Now I have Arbiter Vildred here because he can one-shot all of the NPCs. Make sure you're doing NPC battles, because that's a good source of Sky Stones for you. And then you have another arena team here, and you can make some more teams if you want. I use 4 arena teams for different purposes, but I don't have enough heroes to really put anyone here, so this one will be a blank space for you later on. Let's go now, and the very last thing that we're going to talk about is our pet shop. You guys had seen before that I made a 5-star pet, and I made a video on it. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. But I did that on this account. So we see here we have a 5-star hunt pet, triple S, and almost max out affinity. As you start to get affinity by clicking this play button every single day and spending a little bit of stigma, that your percentages are going to go up. And so that's really the reason why we have this affinity, is to get the percentages up. So make sure that you're going in and doing that. So triple S on Hunt. Hunt pet is done. You don't have to do anything with that anymore. Now we have an adventure side story pet here. So we have 2 out of 3 S level skills. The third one is down here at the bottom. So we do have that third S, but you're going to have to spend a little bit of resources to rank it up and to get the S level pet. Now for our lobby pet, we have SS. The best combination, I think, is Hero XP, Gold up from selling equipment, and then also XP from enhancing. So that will be your third S here. Don't have it. Now this is going to be your lowest priority. Make sure that you get level 3 pets and everything before you come up with your lobby pet. But I do think this is the best combination, and it's going to give you the most bang for your buck as you're going and leveling up and going further into that end game. Then we have the Spirit Altar pet, SS again. Easy, normal, And then down here somewhere, right here, hard. So this is your third S that you can then raise up and make your triple S pet into your spirit altar. Then lastly, right here, we have Rift. So Rift is something that's new. It just came out a couple of weeks ago, but they do have Rift pets as well. So we have the first S of the Rift pet. This account's not really doing Rift yet because they don't have enough of every type of element to be able to make teams for Rift. But as you're, getting your S level pets in Rift, make sure you save them. That way later down the line, you can then build the pet for the Rift as well. This is a very good start. I've been buying a lot of these tickets in the pet shop, so we can see here that we have 10 tickets for 1 million. I've been buying 5 million golden tickets for the last month, and you can see I'm at 79 million, so not really affecting me. I'm still able to build a ton of gold while also buying pet tickets. Now, having said that, you don't have to do this. What you can do is you can get your pet tickets through battling the guild boss. Make sure you're doing that every day. You're going to get tickets naturally. And as you start to progress, as you build days that you played, then you're going to summon for those pets. You're going to release them, and then you can level up the pets you have, increase the stars, and increase the skills. So don't think that you have to spend a bunch of gold, but also, honestly, I mean, I spent probably 50, 60, 70 million on pets, and I'm still at 70 million. So not really a big deal anymore. There we go, 120 days playing Epic 7. I did not speed run this account. I've just been playing very organically, having fun. This is everything we've been able to achieve. I have been documenting all of this different kinds of achievements and different things that we've done on the playlist free to play Noob to Awesome series. So go and check that out if you are having any trouble, or leave a comment on any one of my videos and I will answer you and try and help you the best I can to pass that content. Now, don't forget that we're giving this account away on our next video, so think about why you might want to play this account. Leave a comment on the next video, and the top comment will win that account. Thank you guys so much for following me as we go through this series. I hope that you had fun and you were playing along with me as we're playing Epic 7. And thank you guys so much for your support. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck in your battles.